Welcome back, everyone, to another segment of The MCR. Mac and me. My name's TJ. Two gentlemen from the southeast corner of Michigan. One out in the sticks, and the other one uh, dealing with Detroit metro life.
Urban life.
Urban life, yes, yeah. For me to go to work, I have to drive from the northeast to the southwest, which takes me through Detroit. Oh, oh joy. Anyway, on to the topic. By the way, like, share, and subscribe, and thanks to our supporters. If you're watching us on Rumble, thank you very much. In this segment, we're going to talk about some piece of excrement Democrat politicians, and we'll just do a quick walk down, what do they call it, memory lane, how about a month ago you had the seditious six, is what they're now known for. And I believe that to be accurate. If you're going to spout sedition, then by all means be known as the seditious six.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Alyssa Slotkin has started a defense fund because I think she expects some repercussions from her seditious behavior, which I certainly hope come.
Well, and some of what I'm going to say, a little off topic here, is wishful thinking. The FBI has been interrogating them, and the military's been threatening Mark Kelly with activation since he is on retirement pay, activating him just so they can strip him of rank. You know, and do I think they will, man? Who knows? But I sure wish they would, you know?
I wish they would too. I think what they're afraid of is buying into the "see, we told you he was Stalin and Hitler"
Uh
narrative.
huh. So, and of course, when pressed, they cannot identify any unlawful orders, but he might. Oh, he might. And if he does, you don't have to. The word game's is sickening.
The idea that if one soldier or Marine or sailor or airman, Space Force guy, gal, disobeys an order because they say it's unlawful, then they have committed sedition.
Well, along these lines of, well, we're going to say military conduct, okay? Uh, a senator out of Virginia, Mark Warner, and the guy does have a track record himself of being a piece of excrement, okay?
Yes, not
But
a. He's a bad actor.
anyways, he did an interview on Ms. Now, I think is what some of the podcasters are calling it, MS Now, so they're calling it Ms. Now.
Yeah.
Uh, anyways, Mark Warner was in an interview, and well, I need to take my glasses off to read this. Uh, During the interview, he made these comments referring to the Trump administration. This is an administration that has fired uniformed generals from the head of the NSA and the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. Then he would later say, I think in many ways the uniformed military may help save us from this president and his lame people like Hegseth, because I think their loyalty is to the Constitution and not to Trump. In other words, he's hoping for a military coup. He
Well,
and
he's certainly planting the seeds for one. I guess he forgot all the generals that Barack Obama fired.
you know and let's walk down memory lane. These are the same idiot goofballs, all of the above, that clipped him at the knees in his first administration. Okay, slightly off topic. I heard a podcast some weeks ago, and I don't know if it's Benny Johnson or Megan Kelly or somebody, uh, but the comment was made. The comment was made during Trump's first administration. Hardly anyone had his back, and the only people that this person identified was Kash Patel, who is now in charge of the FBI, Okay, and then
Yeah.
I think they also said Devin Nunes. Okay, but uh, other than those two, this individual couldn't hardly cite anyone that had Trump's back. Thus the impeachments. Thus this. Thus that. You know, and
And let's not forget to add the Vice President Mike Pence was you could put on that list as well.
yeah. So of course Trump wins this second term and makes a little bit of history, I would tell you. But he says, you know what? We're coming in with a clean slate, and these people are yeah, these people are going to be my people because last time when I picked your people, no one kept guarded his back. No one guarded his six, as sometimes we'll say, you know. And so you know, not now, and so now you got Mark Warner, Democrat. Surprise, surprise there. Okay. Uh, well, we may need a military coup, you know. And
Well, let's be clear, he didn't use that phrase,
he did
but
not. He did not.
that
That's
is
correct.
certainly implied.
You know, it was a more, there was a greater amount of implication there than you don't have to listen to unlawful orders, you
Well,
know.
here's the thing. What does he mean by his statement? Because I'm sure he'll say it was taken out of context. The favorite thing that Democrats like to say, it's taken out of context. They never explain what context it was in.
Well, I always want to ask who's the arbiter of who the military should listen to? Who
Well,
takes who?
it's the Constitution and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Yeah, well, and you know, he's he's pondering, and you are correct. He did not use the word coup, but you know, by definition, he's hinting at it. Okay, and so he's dancing around that little factoid, and you
To be
know,
saying it's very bright outside at this time of the day, and then say, "Well, I didn't say it was daytime."
or I didn't say it was sunshine. You
Yeah,
know,
right.
more of the word games that
Yeah.
these idiots like to do. And you know, I'm thinking, you know, well, we need the military to do this because I say so. Because I say so. Well, maybe
Well,
I
here,
say so
what is this?
differently.
I never hear what the crisis that they're so that everything is so terrible. What are these things?
You know, because you know what? Because he got rid of the guys that clipped him at the knees during the first administration.
But here's the thing, not just that, but it all comes back to, and we're seeing it in Minnesota, loud and clear. We're hearing it loud and clear that he's exposing their corruption, and they can't have it because it's how they run all of their psych ops, and the CIA is deep into this, I do believe.
Yeah. Uh, anyways, and you know what? And I lost my train of thought. What I was going to say next. So save me here, Mac. But uh, you know, the thing of it is, he, Trump comes into the second term, and he's bringing his guys because his first term was proof enough to him. You know what? They're going to destroy him at every turn. You know,
Well,
and that
there are some people, and I see this in the comments all the time on our social, where we post social media through social gab, so on and so forth, that people are suspicious that Pam Bondi might be one of these people, and that she's slow walking everything. But I'd say this: a lot of those people, because everyone wasn't locked up, prosecuted, and executed on January 22nd, then they're not doing anything.
yeah, you know, in 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 their defense, there is the possibility they want to make sure all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. Heck, they're having trouble getting indictments against Comey and Letitia James. Again, we veer off
Letitia
topic.
James is that's been dismissed. She's off scot free with her fraud
Yeah, I mean, so
charge.
so much for trying to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. You
Well,
know?
I've been an ardent person who's against the death penalty, not because I don't think it's a just punishment, but because I know that the judicial system is so horribly corrupt. And you can see it every day. These judges making these rulings that they have no authority to make. You expect anyone to get a fair trial in this country? I
Yeah.
surely don't.
And I finally remembered what I wanted to say a couple minutes ago. Sorry, everyone. If President Trump was so out of line, per the Constitution, impeach him. Oh, we don't have the votes in the Senate. Oh, okay. Get over it. Oh, the Supreme Court. Oh, get over it. Without cheating, win some elections. Thus,
Yeah,
then
you know what? Yeah, and quit preaching to us about democracy when you try a military when you want to do a military coup
exactly.
because you didn't win.
And I got to tell you, this is the reason. Well, this is the reason why I've been beating the drum. They want to burn this country down. But this is the reason why we gotta take care of next year's elections. And
And they want to not only do they want to burn it down, they want to burn it down with our money that they
well,
steal on a daily basis,
yeah,
aka
yeah,
Minnesota's
really.
$8 billion
They're in
of fraud.
Minnesota, you
And you
know.
ask yourself this question: if there's $8 billion of welfare fraud, how credible do you think their elections are?
Now, not much at all. Well, I've said my piece. Any final thoughts, Mac?
No, this I just hope Senator Warner gets what he's got coming. Same thing I said about Senator Alyssa Slutkin from the great state of Michigan.
Yep, yeah, yeah. Great state. All right, everyone. Thanks for letting us take this opportunity, this platform to vent, rant, share our thoughts, and perhaps a lot of times we say we just like to let the common guy out there know, hey, you're not alone in what you're thinking. There's more of us out there. So keep at it and spread the word. And we got to start today regarding next year's elections. We can't wait till next year and they're going, oh, we got elections coming up. We got to start today. Okay.
Well, the GOP needs to do a better job at messaging, no
Oh,
question.
big time, big time. All right, enough of that. Thanks, everyone. Catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.